Just wanted to do an introduction video of myself, really, because I'm about to launch a few different things in that across social media, sort of media just in general. So I thought I'd do a video really just diving into who I am, why I'm going to do it, and what I want to achieve out of it. So, obviously, middle aged, I'm old motherfucker now. I've gotten pretty old, and life just hasn't life is not at a point that I even thought I'd be at. I never thought that I'd be in this sort of position where I'm over 40, I'm broke as, live paycheck to paycheck, and even though I've had some really good jobs that some people would sort of see as careers and move into that sort of career space, I never really wanted to do that. I never enjoyed any of the roles that I was at, and I've done a lot of roles, man, but everything. I started off in banking, funny enough, years and years ago, like 24 years ago, something, 23 years ago. And I was a teenager at the time. I think I was 17 when I started banking. I got it randomly got this bank job. No experience ever before, just sort of lied my way into it. Um, I'd never had a job as a kid. I didn't even know people who had jobs, really. It just wasn't sort of where I was from, where people would do other things to make money. And I realized from the first time that I started working, I was like, "This is a little bit weird. I don't know what to do." You sort of can't be yourself. You end up putting on a persona, and like I said, I lied my way into a banking job at 17 because before that, my mother tried to get me like just random jobs, people she knew. So I did like roadworks for a day, got fired. I did like hospitality, got fired. I did like retail, got fired within a day. I just didn't understand the concept of working. And when I did get put into the environment of working, it was just really weird. Like I just couldn't understand it. I didn't realize that yet to sort of like bow down to people and listen to them and they would tell you things. I just didn't understand the whole concept of working, so I didn't last very long in any job that I did. And back then, actually, I would take offense if you told me to do something. So I got a hospitality job that my mother got me, and I did that for a few hours, and I was washing some dishes. And then when I was washing the dishes, I could see everybody else was eating a meal and having some beers and shit. And this was late at night, so it was obviously a kitchen hand job, but I didn't even know what a kitchen hand was. Really, obviously, you give someone a hand in the kitchen, but I don't know what the job actually entailed. So I did the job. I was washing these dishes and these pans and all this stuff, and I seen the rest of the staff, which were like the cooks or the chefs and that, the owner, all this. They were sitting down at a table eating. It made themselves a real fucking nice looking dish, and they were eating and they're having a couple of pints of lager. And I remember looking in there thinking, man, what the fuck is these? What the fuck's going on? Like these motherfuckers are eating and having beers, and I'm sitting here working. Um, so I don't understand that. So I ended up just trashing the place because took offense. Little fucking pussy feelings. I thought they was treating me like a slave. So I was like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. So I started trashing the place while they were eating, and I put flour all over the place, and then tipped mop buckets of water all over it so that it would ruin shit. Then I went into the fridge and stole some liquor, and I left. Because I thought, man, I'm not working. I'm no slave laborer. I'm working with motherfuckers who don't see me as equal. But little did I know that that was literally the job. You were to go in and do the dishes. Obviously, years later, I thought about it and I thought, oh, well, that makes sense. Everything's all sort of the shift had finished. That's what it was. The shift had finished. Everybody had been working all day, and I'd come in to clean the dishes. I didn't understand that concept, so like I was a bit of an idiot. So I fucked that up. Then I went into roadworks, got a day's work there through my mum through the council, and basically she just got me these jobs because I'd moved city like recent before that, like when I was 16, I moved cities and when I lived on the street and halfway houses and did all this weird stuff. So I needed some money to get some jobs, and so my mum was trying to help me get these jobs through contacts, and so she got me one with the council, and I hated that. I was there for literally probably an hour, and I hated that shit. These motherfuckers telling me what to do, dig a hole. So I ended up just standing there. And because I didn't really know how to dig any holes, shit like that, I was like, man, you dig the hole. And they're like, whoa, that's your job. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. So I'd go and stand there, and I got fired from that. And this kept happening. My mum then thought, well, fuck, you're a bit of a dummy. So let's just try and get you a job at the supermarket. So I went in for an interview at the supermarket, and the lady said all these things about hours and this is what you got to do, and you got to work the weekend. I said, man, I ain't working no weekend. And she said, that's part of the job. You got to work the weekend. And I said, fuck that, I ain't working the weekend. So obviously that interview didn't go very good either. So I was no good at any of these jobs. My mate, not my mate, my mum's mate then offered me a job to work with her in retail, and she was like the manager of some shoe shop, like shoe shop, but it wasn't like an urban shoe shop. It was I don't know how to explain. Like they had dress shoes and a lot of ladies' shoes, things like that. Like more not upmarket because they weren't. Yeah, they had some decent. Actually, it was probably a little bit more upmarket. So anyway, I got a job with her, and then she just get annoyed at me because I was just standing there. Didn't know what to do. People would ask me to put the shoe on. I said, man, I ain't putting your fucking shoe on. You put the shoe on. And I remember some girl came in and put her foot out and like dangled her foot out and waiting for me to put her high heel on. So I handed her high heel, and she put her foot back out. And I said, man, what are you doing? She said, aren't you going to put the shoe on me? I said, man, putting the fucking shoe on you. Who's going to put the shoe on you when you leave here? I'm not putting no shoe on your foot. And so then I got fired from that within, I think, a day, maybe 2 days max. And come to think about it nowadays, people, if they got a foot put in front of them, they'd love that shit. But back then, I was like, hell no, I ain't putting no fucking shoe on your foot, bitch. So I didn't do it. But these days, people love feet, apparently, so fuck, they start licking on that shit. But anyway, I got fired from all that. And then got a job again through my mother when I was 16, 17, through a guy that she was with at that time and place in her life who was managing a government uh, like branch of some nature. What do you call it? Working Income New Zealand, Centrelink in Australia, Working Income Wins in New Zealand. So he's working something. He was a manager there, and somehow this motherfucker got me a job in their call center, working for the Wins or like just like a government. I can't remember. Yeah, it was Wins. Anyway, it was government call center. So he got me a job there. Turned up, fucking got all like not a suit, but I got like a collared shirt and pants and these dress shoes and fuck had to wear all this shit to this job. So I went to the job and well, I was raised on just benefits and people scamming fucking doles and DPBs and parent benefits or whatever else you can get. Like in that whole area, everybody would do that. But you're just trying to get what you can get. So I'm from that as an upbringing. So then I started working for this place that was on the other side of it, which was pretty weird. But anyway, I was doing it for a few months. I wasn't doing a very good job. Couldn't really talk that well. You know, I was pretty rough, and back then I was pretty rough and didn't really talk very good. Not good enough to be put into sort of a job like that where you're talking to people. Actually, I'm probably better to talk to them because I talk like the people who are on the dole or on the benefit. So I probably related to them better. I don't remember too much from the job, but what had happened in that, I ended up getting fired from that. So I come up with this elaborate story, and which I don't know how it unfolded, but I come up with this elaborate story to move towns, and they decided to transfer me to this other town or this other city. And I didn't turn up, but then they started paying me. Somehow I started getting paid for doing the job there, and then I went down because I got two names. So then I went down when I did actually go to different cities. I went to where my dad lives, cruisy place, New Zealand called Tauranga. So you got Tauranga and Mount Maunganui. So I just sort of was hanging up there for a few months. What I did is I actually just hung out and got paid, and then I started claiming benefits as well and all this stuff, you know. And anyway, they ended up firing me and then taking me like legally for fraud. So I started getting all these letters and getting contacted for defrauding them, like whatever. So I got fired from that. And Then I got, yeah, I had issues for fraud with that, whatever. Anyway, so my introduction for the first year and a half of working, it was terrible. Couldn't keep a job. Always hated it. Hated working. Didn't hate putting effort. I hated these jobs. Hated being told what to be, like what you have to do, how to do it. Do this now. Basically getting treated like an idiot. Whereas I thought, man, fuck you, I'll knock you out. But that's not how you meant to think. But that's just naturally how I thought back then. So anyway, I got a job in banking. Strangely enough, I did that for like 4 years, maybe from like 17 to 21, something like that. And I don't know how I kept the job because I was always on performance reviews. I maybe had a few relationships with people inside this particular bank that I was working for. It was like a whole range of people. There's heaps of motherfuckers in this place. It was a whole building. So I probably had a few relationships in there. And then I had a few friends who were in sort of more senior roles who would cover me. And I ended up sort of staying there. I'd get these pay rises, I'd get little things, and somehow I kept the job, even though I'd go through these performance reviews and that, and HR issues and that. Somehow I kept the job, but in the end, I ended up quitting there because I just couldn't turn up no more. I was going through mad depression, which I'd gone through for a number of years. That whole time that I was living on the street, whole time living in parks and shit, or in halfway houses and doing these jobs and not doing a very good job, I was going through mad depression. I was sad as a motherfucker at the time, and very emotional, and then just always thinking suicidal thoughts. And I used to cut, I used to always cut myself with fucking razors and knives and shit, and write all these stupid words into my body like hate, kill, evil, die. When I reflect back to all those years ago, it's really weird because I'd just like grab things and start cutting it. I know heaps of people do this, is you end up cutting all these words and all these. I just what can I say? I just couldn't handle my emotions. I thought the world was against me. I hated things. I thought that I was a loser, broke, and really emotional. Thought that everybody hated me, and I'd just sit there and do weird things. And I had alcohol problem, and I'll just get drunk, and then I would run amok and fucking get arrested all the time, and just doing real stupid, weird, outlandish shit. It was a bit like an animal at the time, doing all this weird stuff, but whatever. So I quit the job, went through my depression and stuff, kept thinking about how I'm going to kill myself and sit out on the water in Wellington Harbour and think, oh, I'm going to drown myself. And then I just like didn't, obviously. And I just get myself into some real fucked up states. So I thought, man, I got to change. So I kept doing jobs. This is the theme that I'm getting at. All this waffle and shit. I'm actually getting at something. I then kept going to different jobs. I did meat works after that, freezing works. I did cleaning. I went back and did other things. I've done, and then I moved countries and did sales jobs and uh, went back into finance, did aviation, working for airline companies and executive roles. Done everything. I went and did food jobs. I've done everything. I've done delivery jobs. I counted up that in my years since I started working at like 16 or trying to work or do like even a trial or day job, I've done like 60 jobs. 60 jobs. Three of those jobs all up, I stayed at for a fair bit. So they would take up about 12 years of like, let's say my 23 years of working, 12 years of those are three jobs. But then I've got like 57 jobs done in the rest of that time. So one thing's for sure, I fucking hate going to work. I hate going to work for someone else's dream. I hate going to work for someone else's enterprise or the idea that they come up with. And fantastic that they came up with and had the action to actually put something forward to make something themselves and establish a business or a dream that they've got. I'm sick of working on motherfuckers' dreams that ain't mine. Other motherfuckers' dreams, other motherfuckers' bank account. So as it stands, I've done all those jobs, learned all this shit along the way. But at the same time, I hated every fucking single one of them. Hated turning up for someone else. Hated being told what to do and how stupid some of the shit that I did, what I got told to do that I did. And I hated just, and I'm fucking hated acting all the time because I'd always just act, make out that I'm whatever, just like nice. I'm a nice guy, but like I'll just always act, just putting on this character just to please everybody else, just to keep the job. So I'm sick of that shit, and I've recently quit. Well, actually, I sort of quit a job to start a job, and then I've got a problem because I've been fired from this job, which is a pretty good job, which covers all my bills and shit. And I'm at crossroads because I just got fired from that shit. And I got so many expenses because I got a family, and my rent's like nearly $1,000 a week. All the bills. I got a little fucking baby. I got my daughter who's a teenager. I got my partner in that, and she's got a kid of her own. But now I've been fired. I'm at a bit of a crossroads, and I thought, fuck, man, for the last 23 years, you've been turning up doing jobs, same after the same. Some you'd save, some you wouldn't save. So, but at the end of the day, I'm broke as a motherfucker. Got all these bills coming in. Now I've got no job, so I need to do something. Which brought me to this, because I thought, man, after all these years, the shit that you've done obviously isn't working. You obviously don't like that shit. You've done it. You've tolerated. You even stayed in places for fucking up to 4 or 5 years for one place. Turn up every day. Made good money. Done all these things, but the only thing you ain't done is take a shot on yourself at life. Because once upon a time, my whole dream was to be in music, making my albums. I didn't really have a genre as such that I wanted to just stick with. But singing and rapping, making beats and shit, and then I did some gigs and did all these things, and then I fucked that up because I'm a man of sabotage. I seem to want to sabotage myself all the time. Why that is, I guess it's habitual. But I would get opportunities in that, and just as they're starting to sort of come to fruition, and the work that I put in, because I put in a lot of work on the side for some things, that they start to sort of starting to nearly pay dues, something would happen. Be on a bender, fucking have a drug issue, uh, have my alcohol issues. Couldn't make it. I would be fucking all over the show, real loose, doing shit that only is at my detriment because it fucks up my opportunities, and it did fuck up all my opportunities. I fucked them up. So I thought, man, we're back in the same spot, man. 23 years later, you got no more than what you had before, but you've accumulated a family, which is fantastic. That's amazing. But you ain't got shit to provide and give to your family. Because before this, just been living paycheck to paycheck. And anytime we get a little tiny bit of money, some shit happens, so you end up having to pay for that shit. And then you end up back in the same position. So I was like, man, fuck, I can't do this shit anymore. I can't keep doing this shit. Fucking paycheck to paycheck, got no money. Fucking got my family, can't provide shit, just sitting there as a loser. No way. So I've been fired this week, and now my mind's in overdrive. I'm like, shit, I got to do some crazy shit to pull this out, pull us out of the waters, man. We're not even treading water; we're about to drown. So I thought I'm gonna start doing some media shit, right? I got so many ideas. I have procrastinated, and procrastination is one of my biggest problems. I'm an overthinker, an overanalyzer. I've got so many ideas in that I've come up with and I've written out that are ready to just be actioned. You know what I mean? Make a start. I've got multiple books. I've got multiple scripts that I'm writing. I've got TV shows and game shows that I've written concepts to. I have an album which I still need to record, which I've basically written recently. I have skits. I have all this different content that basically is just sitting in my computer ready to go, and I'm not even doing it yet. So I was like, you need to start doing something, man, and like take life in your hands. Because if I just go back and keep working, I'm going to end up in the same position. I'll be fucking 50 and then I'll still be a loser. I want to be a loser, but I'm only going one way, and that's to lose, like just staying as a loser. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a video because all you got to do is be consistent. The one thing that I see out there is everybody just says be consistent and just make actions, make small steps, even if they're not perfect, and just fucking put your shit out there. Whatever your goal is, just consistently work towards it. So I was like, man, I'm gonna start making some videos. I'm gonna start making some videos. I'm gonna start doing the music and finishing that up. I'm gonna start making different playlists and different shows. I'm gonna make a media channel, and the media channel that we're gonna call it is Mode Most Media. And I've thought about that one for a while because I've had all these different names, had all rapper names and shit. But then I was like, I'm gonna call it Mode Most Media because we need to get on mad mode, man. Need to get on the fucking big vibes. Got to get on fucking some real positive shit. So I'm gonna get on a different mode. I'm gonna change my mode up because if nothing changes, nothing changes. You know what I mean? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And that's pretty much where I've been. I've done the same habits, same shit all the time, over and over and over again, looping that motherfucker up just over and over again. Spend all the money, lose all the money, go to work, turn up every day, get fired, quit the job, whatever it is, same shit. End up with nothing. So it's a vital time now. First thing is I'm fat. So because my mind's all over the show, I've ended up being a lazy cunt too. So I ended up getting real fucking fat. So first up as well, I'm going to do a weight loss transformation. Weight loss transformation. I'm going to lose. I'm 121 kilos, and I need to be about 80, probably like 87. So yeah, probably like 24, 25 kilos. Let's say I need to lose 25 kilos. Nah, fuck, that's more than that. I need to lose 34, 35 kilos. Holy shit. Yeah, I need to lose like 30 kilos. So I need to do that first because I'm embarrassed to go in public. I'm embarrassed to do shit because when I see people look at me, I'm like, man, they're probably judging me thinking I'm a fat motherfucker because I would be judging me and I do judge myself and say I'm a fat motherfucker. So I'll be like, man, look at that, you loser fucking fat motherfucker. So I need to lose the weight. So I'm going to do a weight loss transformation. I'm going to make videos of that. I'm going to make a whole fucking community probably. And especially for cunts who's like over 40 or approaching their 40s, who have family, feel like they got no time and shit, because that's me. I'm the same as you. I ain't got any cash, though. Maybe you got no cash either. But damn, it's not a healthy position to be in, to be fat, getting older, and just doing the same old shit. You know what I mean? That shit ain't healthy. And me, I've been fat for a few years now. I just kept getting fatter and fatter, probably around COVID. Nah, yeah, around COVID time, I just got fatter and fatter to this day. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, we got to sort that shit out because your health is so important. One of the most important things is your health, so you need to sort that out. And you actually can't put your best foot forward if you're looking like a fat pig. So I need to have some pride in myself, address that situation, and fix that up. So that's going to be one of the first point of calls is to lose like 30 kilos. I need to do it real fucking fast too. So I'm going to make videos and even start up a community where we could have a community where we all lose weight together. You know what I mean? People in the same situation who need to lose some weight, maybe we could lose some weight together. So if you're interested in that, then definitely sort of keep a note on it because we can all sort of get together and lose some weight at the same time. Good to be healthy for your family, good to be healthy for life, good to be healthy for yourself, and then start making better decisions. So I'm going to do that, and then I've got all these different playlists that I've sussed out that I need to sort of get across and create a whole new life. So this whole video is really about me creating a whole new life. And I'm actually writing a script called Chasing 3 Years about this 27-year-old motherfucker who had fallen on tough times after having a promising sort of career, and he falls broke, fucking gets injured, and he ends up going to live back with his mum in their little tiny ass little spot. His mum's broke, he's broke, and pretty much they just got themselves. They got no other family, so a single mother had raised him, and he was going all right, and then just shit happens. And 27, man, he was approaching 30, so he's sort of like, all right, he's just down in the dumps. So anyway, his mother gets a terminal illness, and she dies real quick, and she has nothing but bills really to give him. So she doesn't. That's all, and a memory. So at that moment, it's a pivotal change in his life, and he thinks, shit, we're broke, couldn't do anything for his mother. She's gone. So it's time that he has to change, man. So he comes up with this goal that within 3 years, by the time he turns 30, he needs to have sort of $3 million just so he can buy a house and fucking sort of shit out. So he starts embarking on this journey, anything he can do possible to make some money. and to get towards that goal of $3 million before 30. So as I was writing this, I was like, bro, this is basically you. You need to go on the journey to make 3 million motherfucking dollars because you ain't doing shit. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna be the dude in chasing 3 years. I'm actually gonna live it out. So I need to make $3 million, and I need to make that shit pretty fast. So I'm gonna go on a journey to change my life, and I need money. I want to help people though along the way. Where I don't know what that's with, so I want to assist motherfuckers as well. So I need to make some money. So I'm gonna go on my own journey. Probably stick with a 3 year journey to make a few $1,000,000 and set up my family and change my whole motherfucking life. So my goal is to set up this channel, Mode Most Media, and we're just gonna get heaps of things going. I'm gonna build a community. I'm gonna basically just do things that I like, do things in life that are fun, do things in life that I had ambitions for previously, even though if I can't do them the same as what I originally wanted, I can still do it. So when I was younger, I wanted to be a professional sportsman. And there was some opportunities there when I was really young as a teenager where you can sort of move in that direction. But I had an alcohol problem real young. So I fucked up all my shit. But anyway, I was like, yeah, I want to do that. Maybe I can still do that, but in a different version. Maybe I can't be the man. I can just be a man who takes part. And that's better than never taking part and just always having all these regrets. So I thought there's some things I'll find a sport that I can do, take part and just compete. Don't have to be pro, but just compete in something, get some creative and competitive juices flowing, which would be so important to life because it'll give you that zest, give me that zest to sort of get into life and do these things. And then I thought, oh, shit, I spent all those years wanting to make it in music. I can still do an album. I can still release some shit on Spotify. No one can say I can't just because I'm an old ass motherfucker. So I want to go and release some music. So I'm gonna make some music. I wanted to be an actor. So I never went to acting school. I just acted in life. I just lied everywhere I was to get anything I needed. I'd lie and cry and fucking talk shit just to get what I needed and what I wanted. So I acted in life. I gave characters out. I gave all these things. So I'm like, I'm gonna try and join like Star Now and try and get, even if it's a fucking extras gig. I'm gonna do anything. I'm gonna do everything and anything to make it in something and make it in everything. But I want it to be mine because I can't go back to work. I can't listen to people again. I can't have them tell me stuff for fuck all money, really, when you're talking about there's millions, billions, and trillions of dollars in the world. You're telling me I can't get a couple mil of that? You're telling me that you can't get a couple mil of that? I reckon we could all get a couple mil of that if we're prepared to put in the effort. You know what I mean? So I'm not going back to work. I'm going to try and work it and fucking make my own life, create my own life so that I can get some cash and I can pay for my shit. Because I'm sick of this motherfucking life where I'm turning up 40, 50 hours a week, plus travel time, plus mental fucking thoughts and shit just to make enough money to live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? Fuck, I don't want to do that no more. I'm sick of it. So I'm going to create my own life, create my own shit, and do what I want to do and do it how I want. But I want to have fun. It's so important that we all have fun because we get so miserable. I think back in the day I might have been wild caged animal, but man, I was always laughing. I was joking about everything, and I just do what I want. Now I overthink everything. I'm an overanalyzer. I'm a life path number 7, so I definitely overanalyze everything. I'm Aquarian, so I fucking analyze that even more, and then I do nothing because I get paralysis analysis, where you can have all the best ideas in the world, you can have all that shit, but if you don't have any action, you don't ever put it, it doesn't mean anything because it's just an idea on a piece of paper or in a fucking folder on your computer. And that's wrong. I got like 130 ideas on my computers, sitting in an individual folder of each one with all the different sort of blueprint, the backstory, the draft, everything. And I ain't even done not one of them. So I'm gonna do it all. I'm going to be a man of many hats and a man of many talents. And I hope that everybody can jump on board with me. And I'd love to collaborate with anybody, really, because I'm thinking about doing interviews, sort of like a podcast for people who, normal people, you know what I mean? Who everybody wants to interview a celebrity and interview all these people who have made it, which is great because it's inspirational. But I'd like to interview just normal people and just get their story, get them to share their story. You know what I mean? Just get them to share their story and we can uncover the essence of each individual, not just famous or world renowned or locally renowned people, but actually just the everyday person. So I want to do some interviews and podcasts with everyday people And maybe we can have a feed. Maybe I'll call it Broken Hungry or something like that, because we can just meet up. You ain't really got any cash, so we can have a feed together and just chop it up over what you want to do, what your aspirations are, what your goals and ambitions. If you're interested in doing that, then send me a message, because I'd love to sort of interview some people. If you're in Sydney, because I'm based in Sydney, we can link up and do it. But if anybody just anywhere really wants to do it over the internet, we can do that too. But I think it'd be cool if we're in person doing it. So if you're in Sydney, yeah, for sure, send me a message and we can link that up. Otherwise, I've got to research and reach out to people and try and find some people, which I will do. So there's so many different things I want to do, so many different things that I'm going to do. But the one thing is just need to make a start. I never usually make a start because I want everything to be perfect, but it can't be perfect. The only perfect thing is just starting. That makes it perfect, because you're just starting and putting some actions in and getting some shit going. So that's exactly what I need to do. And that's what I will do. Just making sure my microphone's still on. Oh, I don't know. Let's just check. Yep, still on. Fuck, I thought it went off and I was like, dang. Been talking for like half an hour and I didn't even get any fucking thing on there. So anyway, Mode Most Media. Going to have a few different channels. It's going to work sort of like a TV station. We've got different channels, but it's going to be different playlists. And I hope to collaborate. I hope to do a lot of things with people and just have a real uh, life altering experience, and just getting on my own terms, make my own money off my own back, do some collaborations, some partnerships, whatever the fuck it is that you need to get some cash up in this motherfucker. I'm going to do that. And as for jobs, I wrote an article, which I'll put up as well, and you can have a read through. It's just about all the jobs that I did and my thoughts around working and why it's not going to work for me anymore. But I'm going to put in more hours than what I was working, but it's going to be working on myself. So I'm going to post up these weight loss transformations. Get on board, man. Fucking have a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you want to join me, man. If you want to join me and lose 30 kilos or 30 pounds, you want to lose some weight, message me and we will chat and we will come up with something, man, so that we can sort of keep in touch to help each other along the way. You know what I mean? If we can create a community and lose some weight together, that will only be beneficial for ourselves, our family, our friends, and also for the greater universe as well, because we're putting in much more positive vibes, which will go out into the universe. So it can only be a good thing. So if you want to join me, man, come join me. That's going to be my first goal, is to lose the weight. And I think that's sort of where it needs to be, because you can't do anything if you're unhealthy. Fuck, I need to stop smoking as well, because I smoke heaps of cigarettes. So I need to stop smoking the fucking cigarettes. Cut down on my weed, because I smoke weed and cigarettes all day, and then I have bad foods, and I got to cut all that out, because it all seems to sort of add up together. I always think, oh, I'm not going to quit smoking, not going to quit weed, not going to do anything, but I'll just quit the takeaways or the shitty food like white bread and all that. And I don't do any of it, so I always end up just staying the same. So, like I said before, if nothing changes, nothing changes. But they're probably all intertwined now. I probably smoke because I'm down. Well, I do. I smoke because I'm fucking stressing out. Then I smoke my weed to calm me down, which doesn't do fuck all really in general. I mean, I've been smoking every day for 25 years, so it's not what it used to be. It just is a hindrance now, I suppose. Just a waste of money and waste of time. And the cigarettes, just fucking chuff those down, fucking chuff the weed down, and then end up going and having some shitty food. You know what I mean? Or drink a Coke or Coke Zero or Fanta or some fucking thing, or some chocolate. So I've got real bad habits, so they got to change. So we got to start with the weight loss. And I'm actually, in this next sort of month, I'm just going to film heaps of shit, man. I've got all these skits that I'm sitting on that I haven't even recorded. So I'm just going to do some different things. You'll see that I'm going to bring out a thing called Mary Bradshaw, which is just, I'm going to dress up as a lady. It's going to be this lady who's from New Zealand, Māori lady, hence the name Mary Bradshaw. That's just a piss take on Sex in the City for Carrie Bradshaw. And it's just going to be this old lady who's got divorced and she jumps on Tinder and tells you experiences of all of her dates. So I'm going to record skits on that, just a little show in drag. And because I've had that in my idea, I thought it'd be funny, so I'm just gonna wing it and just make fuck whatever comes out of my mouth onto this show called Mary Bradshaw. Uh, and I've got some other ideas in regards to some skits which I'm going to release. I actually did record a Donald Trump parody of Louis Theroux's "My Money Goes Wiggle Wiggle." Oh, my money don't jiggle jiggle, whatever it is. But I made one, a parody dressed as Donald Trump, where I've got my fat out and my fat titties, and my song's called "My Titties Go Wiggle Wiggle." So I'm going to release that, and I got a few other things. I've got a show actually that I started, and I'm going to have to take it back up, called Down the Local, which is basically I'm just going around reviewing pubs around Sydney, then it'll be around Australia and New Zealand. And I'm just going to give a review of what the pubs have available, what amenities, their gambling sections, pokies, their beers. I'll review some beers. I'll give you a look of their food and their menu, and just sort of say what's up in those pubs. So people, if they're anywhere near, they know what their pub's like and they can see it. And if it looks like a pub they want to go to, they can go into those pubs. Maybe I'll try and get partnerships for that as well, and just sort of work with some pubs to try and do some good reviews for them. And then I'm going to do some pie reviews because every Kiwi likes pies, so I'm going to do a pie review as well because it's very popular. And fuck, I eat heaps of pies, so I might as well have reviews of pies. And that'll be one thing that I'll have to keep on like once a week or fortnight. When I do change my diet and change my lifestyle, I'll have to allow for that sort of show to be run. And I got heaps of other shit coming, so a lot of things are going to be happening. I just want to create a life for myself, man. I know that you do too. I know that we get stuck in a rut. We get stuck in this weird space where we are stressed out and we can't make the changes or enforce the changes that we need because we think we need perfect timing. But nothing's perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect, generally speaking. And the only way to change life is just to make changes. And so I'm going to make them straight away because I've got nothing to lose now. I can basically I can basically go back to another job, sit in that and work paycheck to paycheck and give up all those hours and have no money left at the end of the year. Or I can take a bet on myself and just fucking gamble that and say, look, bro, as long as you put in the same amount of effort and the same amount of, actually, I'm going to put in more effort, but I'm going to put in more hours, more effort, and I'm going to reap the rewards eventually. Whatever way that comes out, sometimes opportunities come and you didn't even ever think about them. So who knows? But for now, I'm just going to put one foot ahead of the other and just get a start. So this channel, Mode Most Media, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you'll find something there for you. Hopefully we can even partner up, collab, if do some collabs and that, if there's something that you want to do, because I'm open to everything. I'm open to anybody and anything that we want to do. All right. So if you're keen, I'm keen, and we're gonna sort of build up a channel, build up a lifestyle, and who knows where that's gonna take us, but it's gonna take us out of the fucking gutter. I'll tell you that much. Out of the gutter, and that's all that's important. Just create our own lifestyle, create our own life, and get the fuck out of the gutter. Right? So I'm gonna just keep posting, man. Keep posting. And then we will have another chat another time. But for now, this is my first video. I made a couple of other videos, but I was really embarrassed to talk, so they sort of went real weird. But I'll post them up just because I actually had one where I was like, look, I got to change. Yes, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to quit that. And then I failed that within like a day. But I'll post them up just to so you can see how videos are made for motivation, but you can still fail, because I fucking did those and I already failed. I tried to do weight loss things like multiple times in the last like 6 months, and I failed after like 2 days for every one of them. So I've got little snippets of exercises and my little chats, but I'll post them up just as a reflective thing. But I failed every time. So you know what I mean? Keep trying, keep failing. But the key thing was I never changed anything. So how the fuck was I meant to succeed when I never changed anything, right? Including my attitude and my mentality. If I don't change that, then shit, what good is that? So for now, on to new and bigger, brighter, better things. And that's it. So, man, Mode Most Media. It's going to be the channel of all channels. Till then, I'll catch you later. Peace.